But after listening speech after speech about these amazing Japanese dads, I literally said to myself that if children are in the cards for me, I'm gonna need me a Japanese man to have them with. Hello, I'm Stevie and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and just click that subscribe button because I know you're going to be back. But if you are one of my loyal subscribers or those of you who always watch my content, me thank you. Me thank you. So today I want to talk about a very serious and important issue. I'm literally experiencing an earthquake. So today I want to talk about a very serious and a very important issue. And it's something that I care a little bit about. Single parent families. Now I want to talk about this issue in the Jamaican context and then compare it to the little bit I know about the same issue in the Japanese context. And I want to also share some statistics with you, so please bear with me. And then I'm going to talk about why this issue means so much to me, why I care about this particular issue, my personal story. Jamaica is a small Caribbean island with a population of 2.5 million people. The official language is British English, being a former colony of Britain. The third world country has a dynamic mix of ethnicities, with Africans representing over 90%. A relatively new democracy, Jamaica gained independence in 1962. According to global think tank BTI Transformation Index, the main and pressing issues in Jamaica are high levels of crime, corruption, and poverty. Now, Japan is an Eastern Asian nation with the world's fourth largest economy. Japan has a population of 124 million people, and its official language is Japanese. Japan's population is almost completely Japanese, but especially since recently, different races and nationalities have migrated to Japan from various parts of Asia, Europe, and even as far as from Africa. Apart from the native Japanese, the other two main countries from which people in Japan originate are China and Korea. Japan's top social issues are a rapidly aging population, low birth rate, and increasing social isolation associated with overwork. Now, in Jamaica, where I was born, grew up in, and spent most of my life, there is a large percentage of single parent households. According to Human Rights Journal Justice for All, it's estimated that 47% of Jamaican children live in single parent households with their biological mothers. Now, in Japan, that number is just 2%, according to Statistics Japan. It's important for me to make the following two themes of comparisons with these two countries to provide a greater context. Number one, women in Jamaica enjoy great freedoms and have a significant influence and power in society. For example, the ratio female to male of tertiary enrollment in Jamaica is 67 to 33. That ratio is almost 50-50 in the Japanese context, according to the National Women's Education Center. And another figure that shows just how powerful women are in Jamaica is the number of women who are managers and middle managers in companies. The International Labour Organization reports that Jamaica has the highest proportion of women managers worldwide, with 59% of managers being female. In Japan, that figure represents less than 10%, according to the Teikoku Databank. And number two, the reasons for single parent families in either countries are significantly different. In Japan, most single parent families result from divorce or death of a spouse, While in Jamaica, many of these women were never married to begin with. There's one more thing that I should mention here, and this may be the reason why many women in Jamaica can feel emboldened to bear and raise children out of wedlock, while this is not as common in Japan. In Jamaica in 1967, the Status of the Child Act came into effect, recognizing all children, including those born out of wedlock, as equal and entitled to equal rights and protection. In Japan, while children born out of wedlock and those who are born to married parents enjoy similar rights and protection, the family registration law requiring family registration may discourage unmarried couples from procreating. According to the United Nations, 80% of children in Jamaica were born out of wedlock, while in Japan, that figure is less than 3%. Now, for the reason why I'm so interested in this particular issue and the reason why I'm boring you with all these statistics. I grew up with both parents in the home, and I remember this being such an anomaly at the time. My father, shout out to him, really stepped up and played his role as a father in our family. And I can definitely say that my father was the more dedicated parent of the two in my home. Indeed, he was the one who woke up early, made breakfast, and sent us off to school. There was even a time when my father was taking us to school by bicycle. And I remember my father being the talk of the town just because of his dedication. I was not the only child who had a supporting father in primary school, but my dad was certainly the most present and the most reliable. And because it was so rare to see a father play his parental role so well, he really turned some heads. So while single parent families were so common in Jamaica and still is, I was never able to relate to this as an issue. And to be quite frank, I don't even think it's such of a big issue in Jamaica as it may be in other countries. Because while in Japan, families experiencing divorce and death of a spouse and the resulting single parent families may lead to poverty, in Jamaica, many empowered single mothers are so by choice and may not experience a similar resulting poverty, even if there are limited resources. And while I commend mothers for playing their roles so very well, I do wish that more Jamaican men would step up and assume their place in societies and in the lives of their children. And thankfully, more Jamaican men are stepping up. I must say that I've not even been living in Japan for 2 years yet, but I learned very quickly just how well these Japanese men were stepping up and assuming their fatherly roles in Japanese society. When I just moved to Japan, I attended an English speech competition with my students. And I was blown away not just by the students' delivery, but what most of them chose to speak about. There were 2 sections of the contest. One where they recited an already prepared script, and the next section where they presented a speech that they had written by themselves about their own personal interest. And I'm not kidding, but of the over 20 students who spoke, at least 5 of them had written speeches about their fathers. None of them had presented a speech about their mother. Others wrote speeches about things like sports, traveling, their passions, learning English, and other personal interests. But after listening speech after speech about these amazing Japanese dads, I literally said to myself that if children are in the cards for me, I'm gonna need me a Japanese man to have them with. Because it was so rare to hear anybody speak so glowingly about their fathers back in Jamaica. In fact, when I used to do it, I used to get so much hate. I remember one time somebody said I was being insensitive because I was talking about my father when other people do not have fathers. One of the main things I do in my free time while living here in Japan is go to the parks. And I'll just go to the park and sit and just enjoy the air, the breeze, and everything. And I must say that another thing that I do enjoy is seeing children playing with their fathers. I think in general, I see more children playing with their dads at the park than with their mothers. And I always notice it. These fathers are very involved in the lives of their children. So it's something that I really admire, and I just wanted to share it with you. And I also want to say happy Father's Day to all of the dads, especially to those who are really playing their roles well as fathers in Japan, in Jamaica, wherever. And if you made it this far in this video, please share in the comments a nice comment about your dad. I'm looking forward to hearing it. And I'll see you in the next video. So bye.